Let's now bring in Arthur Aidala, defense attorney for legal analysis. Arthur, are you with us this morning?
Yeah,
there
I'm
you
here.
are.
I'm loud and clear, and I know this judge. I know the law secretary. I kind of know all the cast of characters here, and
Yeah.
the part that makes this so different is it's a judge trial. It's not a jury trial, as you just heard. There's no court today, and if closing arguments might not be for another couple of weeks. When 12 jurors are there and then 2 or 3 alternates, they do things a lot more quickly than this. So. I'm not shocked by Trump's decision, though, I will tell you that.
And I want to talk about that. He made his points very clear on Truth Social. He's already taken the stand, along with his children, adding there's no reason to have them say the same things over and over again. So explain the about face at the 11th hour and also the original decision to even have him testify another time.
Well, so what happens from a, how the sausage is made point of view, over the course of the whole trial, the lawyers are keeping track of the testimony. They're keeping track of, what went in their favor and what went in against them. And don't forget, he's already been shown liable. The judge has already said, I know you did something wrong. This is just kind of the penalty phase. If it was a criminal case, it would be like, is it the death penalty, which is he can't practice and he can't do any kind of business in New York? Or is it just, a severe sentence like 25 to life? Here, the government's asking for $250 million. So the attorney general, they've already called as their own witnesses the Trump boys and daughter and the president himself. And obviously the lawyers did an analysis of their testimony and added to it their own expert, who apparently by all accounts did an excellent job. This is an independent witness who's a college professor, I believe college, not law school, who has no ties to the Trump family, and basically said, look, I went through everything and I don't see this glaring fraud that this court has found. And obviously, the lawyers made a strategic decision that it was not necessary for the president to now come on after this expert.
And Arthur, what was your take on that? Because, and I do want to, just include her words directly from New York attorney Letitia James. She posted to X saying that whether or not Trump testifies again, we, quote, have already proven that he committed years of financial fraud and unjustly enriched himself, and the facts don't lie. Arthur, what did you make of the court coming to that conclusion before Trump and his family members even took to the stand to testify? I mean, I think a lot of people thought that seemed backwards, even probably those who aren't a fan of Trump and he's not going to get their vote, thought, why put the cart before the horse?
Well, even compared to like regular civil cases, like if there's a car accident or there's a slip and fall, these issues are really all on paper. I mean, how do you translate, or why do you need a witness to tell you that, well, Mar-a-Lago, you have written down and you submitted to the bank that it's worth $300 million. And I have in my hand 3 appraisals that said it's only worth $30 million.
18. So that's what the court said, 18,
right?
Which is a farce.
Yeah, I would think so. But with these numbers, with these appraisers, there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of it has to do with how it's zoned. I do this. My office does this type of work, so I know a little bit about it. Yes, I don't believe it's worth $18 million, but these numbers are very fungible. The lawyers also made a decision, depending on who you believe. They either made a decision for Trump or they made a mistake, and that's why there's no jury here. If there was a jury here, things would be much different on all fronts. In terms of even especially how the evidence is presented. I submit if there was a jury here, you may have seen Trump come in today because, look, no matter how you feel
sway
about
them
politics,
further.
Exactly. He can be very charismatic. He can be very charming under the right circumstances. And yes, he would try to at least get the emotional evidence on his side.
Yeah. Well, maybe the cabana at the pool is worth $18 million at Mar-a-Lago, but the property as a whole, I mean,
I don't know.
now.
I've never been there. Maybe you've been there.
I have been there, and it's the whole property is not worth $18 million. You don't have to be a real estate expert to realize that. Arthur Aidala, thanks so much as we head into this last week of testimony, and we'll see where things land eventually.
Thanks. Have a great week.
You as well.